And now let's have our session. All of you are in primary classes. How many of you know the story of Rapunzel? I'm just presenting. Can any one of you share that Rapunzel's story? In primary classes, we will be
मैम
teaching.
रैpunzel स्टोरी एक लड़की की स्टोरी है वो जो लंबे बालों वाली होती है और जिसके बाल जादू के होते हैं जिससे वो किसी भी चीज को हील कर सकती है
Yes,
और
that's
उसको
good.
एक विजार्ड उसको चुरा कर ले जाती है राजा रानी से उसके बालों के लालच के चक्कर में और उसी के ऊपर ये पूरी स्टोरी है बहुत अच्छी है मैंने कई बार क्लास में बच्चों को दिखाई है बच्चे इसको रिपीटेडली देखना चाहते हैं
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say here. This is Rapunzel's story. Why I brought it here is I could have even told about Ram and Ravan and so many other story. But this story means simply I brought it out. The reason is here the two carpenter family mean that is the couple the two they were for a long time they were not having an issue and then after that after so many years they are getting a baby and the woman was really having so much of urge that she wanted to eat that lettuce which is grown in the next door garden and that belongs to a witch. And you know that one time her husband thought that I had to fulfill all her wishes. So he's climbing over the compound and then he's getting the lettuce. And next time also by making her eat, she only craved for more. She was telling that no, without eating I cannot. So he wanted to fulfill that wish. And so next day when he went and he was caught by the lady. And when she was caught, that's all she is telling that you have to agree that there is a deal between us. If you agree to that, then I can really give you any lettuce you can, whatever you want, you can take every day, you can eat. Then first, he was not thinking that what kind of a deal would be there and he agreed. And then now you have agreed and you cannot go back, was telling. And then she was letting him in and only one condition that when she delivers a baby, that baby, you should give it to me. That belongs to me. How shocking it would be. And then that's all. From that time, the tension started for them and they were thinking that how to escape from this witch. And deep inside the garden, he had built one very big tower and then there he keeps his wife and she is just brought up there, thinking that when she delivers, they need not give the baby to the witch. But then you know that what happens is witch always they find out from that mirror and other thing and the story goes like that and that girl is having a very beautiful golden long hair and why she wanted is but because that hair if she takes she can become more young and still she can be beautiful. That is the reason. So here this story why for our topic I have brought it out here is, can any one of you say how many emotions are involved in this? Anxiety, fear, and also that expectation, love, and eagerly waiting for the baby, and that happiness when they are going to have the baby. So many emotions are there. And the witch, what we saw, the next door neighbor, is it really living in next door? Or where is the witch living? This is a question I wanted to ask you all. The witch is not somewhere outside, somewhere out, other side or next door neighbor or somewhere else. The witch is also, the quality is also inside us. We are also facing so many negative emotions, which we may call it as whatever we may call it, evil emotions, negative emotions, and then the emotions which we do not want. This is not existing somewhere outside. This is existing within us only. So, how to overcome this emotion, how to be more positive, more energetic, more vibrant, and more focused, more positive so that we can see the life, a positive side of the life, the sunshine of our life. So, that's what we are going to see here. Excuse me. See this next. Today, we are going to see the power of emotional intelligence. All of you must be knowing about emotional intelligence, which is necessary for us. So here I wanted all of you to understand how much the power of emotional intelligence is really helpful for us in managing our emotions and also our social skills also. So here the power of emotional intelligence, emotions have taught mankind to reason. So here I have a very simplified definition I am giving here. This is from that Dale Carnegie, who just made this emotional intelligence. His students has written, your ability to recognize and understand your own emotions and your skill in managing that, using your skill, using this awareness of what your emotions are, that to manage yourself and to manage the relationship with others. This is a simplified, easy to understand definition. So our ability to recognize and understand emotions and also our skill to manage our emotions and also the relationship. This is what the definition of this emotional intelligence is. So the okay, now all of you must be knowing that about IQ. And also now, is it, do you think it is necessary, IQ is necessary and EQ is necessary? IQ, can you change it? IQ, what a person is having is the ability to learn, which is inborn, which is there inside him, which you cannot change unless and until you have a hard work and then little bit improvement can be done. But EQ is such a thing that whereby practice, the skill to it is very flexible and you can manage. Also, you can really improve upon it. EQ is very flexible and it is a set of personal and social skills, and we can acquire and also we can improve with practice. That is why this is really important. And here you can see this picture which expresses the rain is there and our EQ is making us think that how we can escape, how we can manage the situation with the umbrella we are managing. The same way, the emotions, whatever we have, we can manage it with all these things. Now, let me show you one video. Let me see whether it. Here, I wanted you to make you aware that all these emotions we are having, happy, sad, and also whatever anxiety, fear, and anger, all such emotions, all of us are having. It is not that a person who is so great in the life or successful in that life, he does not have such a kind of emotions. All of us are having that emotions. And now these emotional intelligence, how it became important in our life, how the psychologists really realized that this is what is making a personality what a personality is. So this became because of this man. You can see the photograph here. He is Phineas Gage. He is a foreman who was working in a railway. He was a foreman in that. And his job is to only, all the rocks are there, he has to break it with that and then they will be laying the railway track. And he was an excellent worker, very skilled worker, and he was very well conducted also. His nature was also very good. He was very, very well behaved person. And what happened one day, what happened is this picture I am just showing. You can see while talking, while working, what happens is the iron rod which you have seen, the long rod, inside that gunpowder and all they will be filling. Towards the end they will fill it with sand, and when they fill it with sand and then they break it and then it will blast and then the rock will be open and they will be laying. That is how they were laying the railway track. One day what happened, when he was filling it, one of his friend, he was going on talking and distracting his attention. So he was distracted and he forgot to put that sand above it. So you can see the accident occurred. It just blasted, and from his left jawbone to this skull from center, it just broke and came out. All his brain parts were just spilled over there. He was thrown to 100 feet away and he fell down. And this incident had happened. Everyone thought that this man is not going to survive. And That's all gone like that. But you see that willpower of this man. He was alive, and he just told to the doctor, when they called the doctor to him, to the doctor, he was able to tell what had happened to him also. And this is how you can see the picture, how it had gone and taken. Even for us, when small wound also, it is unbearable for us. But this man survived. And why I'm showing this picture, next I'm going to show you how this is still in the Oxford, that museum, his skull has been kept, and this became the study for emotional intelligence. After that only the people, they became curious about this man. This man, before the accident, he was behaved very well, he was skilled, very well behaved man. But after the accident, what happened is, after some treatment and other thing, he became all right and he started doing work, but his nature had entirely changed. What happened is, he was raw aggressive, he got angry for any small silly things also, and his behavior was very rude, and he was working, of course. And so everyone wondered, this man used to be a very nice person, what had happened to him now? So this is what they thought, that because of accident he has gone mad like that. This is what we usually assign meaning to it. So that's what everyone thought. But then later, then the doctors, they just analyzed, and then they studied about his nature, and this on continuously they were working on him. And then they found out that what now I'm going to say you, how the brain, our brain physically works. So you can see the brain picture here. Usually what happens, first we feel it from our senses, we feel it, that stimulus happens and it goes to the limbic system. And after that, what happens is, from that limbic system, then it becomes physically what is the EQ physically, you're going to see here. Then we assign meaning. Whatever feeling we are having, the fear and anger and all these so many things, it all happens because here rational brain assigns meaning to that stimulus, to the limbic system. And then what happens? What is EQ physically? This EQ, emotional quotient, is combining both the physical limbic system and also the rational brain. You can see rational brain, that limbic system and rational brain both combines. Then we react, then we assign, then how we express our emotions, whatever emotions we are expressing. Everyone expresses in a different manner according to their EQ. So I may take the situation in a very simple sense, and then I may react to a very normal, coolly. But somebody may be agitated, get angry also. So the situation may be same, but each individual, behaves in a different manner. So you can see that here EQ combines both rational brain as well as limbic brain. This is what became, because of PHINEAS gauge, this became a talk of study of research. And then they found out, for any human, not only IQ, this EQ is most important. And they found out this EQ is very flexible. If you really wish, you can change it, you can improve it if you work upon it. So that is what here really we need to understand that. And also you may question me, why it is necessary? Till this life, I'm now 50, 40, 20, 30. I'm very well comfortably, I'm leading my life. I'm friendly with many people. I have good friends and I'm leading, and I got a job there also, I'm working. Then why is it necessary for me this to know about EQ? You need to understand, because we are surrounded by the world where you are really deceived by so many things. You can see some of the advertisements I have given here, very old one I have given. That means why I have put old ones. Recent ones are still emotionally and psychologically it affects you. And even long ago also, these advertisements really, it lures you, it just makes you, tempts you, and then makes you buy. And so your emotional, you become imbalance comes. And also our rational brain does not understand this. We yield to the temptation, and then we are trapped. So here you see, why do we need emotional intelligence? This is the advertisement you are seeing. For a better start in life, start cola earlier. This is a Coca-Cola ad. Start cola earlier. How soon? too soon. What he means, when you have to start, when the child is in the womb, that time itself he is asking the mother to drink cola, so the child will get addicted to it when the child is born. Even when the child is so small and infant and young, that will start taking this Coca-Cola. So this is how the advertisements are. So naturally we will think that, oh, this is good, maybe we have to start early. And here, sugar. Why then? Here, sugar just might be willpower. You need to curb your appetite. Because of obesity problem, people may think that I'm so fat. If I cut short my sugar level, then I will be reduced. I will become slim. So here's sugar's quick energy. See, next to it, sugar's quick energy can be the willpower you need to eat less. So one side he's telling that to curb your appetite, you need to cut short your sugar. The other side, what he's telling, you need a strong willpower. For what? That you have to eat less this sugar. So this is another advertisement. One more advertisement. It is for cigarette. We see in movies and other places, wherever the smoking is there, down it is mentioned that all the time smoking is injurious to health. In the movie, everywhere we see. But here also, that one particular brand they wanted to advertise, Chesterfield is best for you. So who is advertising? He's a doctor. More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. So what the people will think? Those who are not rationally analyzing and doing, they will think, oh, doctor themselves are smoking this particular cigarette, maybe then it is good, so let me also smoke. So they forget that smoking is injurious to health and they start smoking this particular brand. So this is how they emotionally they are exploiting all the human being, all people. So we are living in such world, you cannot escape. But how we can, when we understand what our emotional intelligence is, then we can escape from that. Here also you can see that why do we need this? Because DDT is good for me. Nowadays whatever food we are eating, the vegetables and other thing, it is all not really that, only DDT. So this is how simply I have just showed you why really emotional intelligence is necessary. Because we are living in such a world, we need to exercise our rational brain, and emotionally we have to have balance, so that we will be able to really manage ourselves in a better manner. So we can live in a comfortable way. We can live happily. So we need all these things. And when I talk about this IQ and personality, previously, long ago, people used to think that his IQ is very high. So he is really a very intelligent person. He is good and other things like that we were thinking. But it is not so. So any personal success, for any personal success, IQ was personal, people assumed that IQ really, who is having a very great IQ, they are very intelligent people, they are really good, they outperformed. But actually all the study and all this data says that the outperformers are not mediocre only, and one who is having that EQ better level, those people are doing better. So anybody's personality is measured because of your IQ as well as EQ. How you handle yourself, how you handle your relationship. Accordingly, your personality is assessed. You are good, he is bad, he is an angry person, he is always gets angry, he is a short-tempered man, and he is very balanced. We can go and tell him, we can ask suggestions to him. Why we ourselves go to particular people and some people we do not go? This is the reason, because their personality is a mixture of both IQ and EQ. That is how previously we were thinking only IQ, but now the study has proved that IQ and EQ both combines to make how your output is, how you behave, that becomes a personality. And another thing why we need to study about all these things, here I have some two more videos, but I'm not showing. I can, that is for small children, how that IQ EQ is. Their emotions are entirely different from compared to ours, because they are very simple, and for them small things also shows expression of love. They don't bother. When we become real an adult, lot of hypocrisy enters into our life, And the small pleasures, the true feelings, genuine feelings for others also, we hide for the sake of thinking so many things. But if we are doing anything from the heart, surely that will give us a happiness. So that is what the two videos are. I'm not showing that video here. And now here, mainly we were talking about EQ, and what are the important four skills which we should know is four core emotional intelligence skills are: one is for personal competence, and for another one how we are moving with other people, the social competence. So personal competence is self awareness. That is why this is very very important. Unless we are aware of how am I get angry for small things, or I get irritated for small things, and I'm very cool, or I'm not reacting. Unless I know my emotion, I will not be able to manage it well. But if I'm aware of it, that I'm getting angry often, so I should work on it. When I think, then I'll be managing my emotion in a better manner. Then my relationship with others also, it will be better. So we need to be aware of what we are, what I am, that we should know. So that is what personal competence, and also what I see about myself, and what am I perceived by others, that is also. And what I see about myself, that is awareness, and also how do I react for any situation. So how I manage, this is all very very important skill we need to know. Then social competence is social awareness, like how am I moving with other people, my neighbors, my friends, and my others, to others, my relationship with others. So we should be aware of it. I'm getting angry soon, nobody is friendly with me for a long time, or I'm too friendly, so I believe I trust everyone. So where do I have to have a check? So all these things you should know, that is social awareness, and also relationship management. So relationship management is whether you are managing well in your work place or at home also. All these things depends upon these four more these core skills only. So if we know, surely we will be a better person. We will be liked by everyone. And do you think that if anyone is showing, or too many people, or all the people are showing love to you, you will deny, no, 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 I don't like it. I can't bear it. Everyone will love it. Why we are very much fond of children? Because innocently they come forward. When you enter into school with a small rose or something, they come and welcome you, greet you. That may be the flower of rose, or sometime from the ground, a wild flower also, they may take it and come and wish you, or with a broad smile when they wish. Don't you think that we don't like them? And I feel that you are all very much blessed to see all those people than seeing the higher class children. So you are blessed. So I feel that nobody denies that we don't want to be loved. Nobody will say that. We really want to be loved. We really love. The whole world is living on this only. And as we are dealing with small children, why this EQ is very important, we should know, because this is the manure. This is the foundation you are giving to them. This foundation is laid very properly, means surely you are building, you are so many other skills related to that. Now we are taking class, or we are talking, going on talking about 21st century skills. Separately you can't teach, but this can be brought out in the primary foundational level itself, that these skills can be really, can be like given, brought out in them very nicely, very strongly. How? Because of their emotional EQ level. If you are really, it is like a foundation, it is like a manure, and you are growing it very well. This will lead to a critical skills, like you can see so many skills are there. Emotional intelligence, it is like a foundation for critical skills. So what are the critical skills which we are talking about in 21st century skills? And also we are telling that we need to develop this, we need to do all these things. One session we are taking. Instead, this in the primary level, and when we just develop this EQ, how to manage their emotions and other things, surely they will be a better performers in the life. Decision making, time management, empathy, stress tolerance, anger management, presentation skill, assertiveness, trust, accountability, flexibility, customer service, social skill, communication skill, change tolerance, teamwork, all these things these skills you are developing, not separately taking classes, but just putting this EQ, you are making the child a better person in the world. So, and when they are small children, when they are coming into you, that is in a primary classes itself, if we really manage this, and it is not only for them, even for us to manage. So this skill, a little effort, it will grow a lot. So that we should really understand and realize how important that is. And also, as I was telling about, we were imagining that IQ level, those who are having high, they are better performers. It's not so. So here, little very fast, I will go, and maybe if you have time, we can. I have a one questionnaire. If you really do it, you can find out where you stand in your EQ, your emotional intelligence level, where it is. So EQ accounts for what percentage of job performance of supervisors through CEO and top performers, and everybody's these low performers EQ level. There is a graph you can see. These are the individual contributors, supervisor, manager, director, and executive and senior executive CEO. Whose EQ is higher? Only managers. And also next is supervisors. Their EQ level is very high. Why? They need to handle so many different varieties of people, those who are having different emotional level, and so they are having their EQ is better, and they are the high performers. You can see here. Now stress, I had some video about heart and other thing, no problem. Stress, optimal performance, when it happens, when our stress level comes to the peak, then our performance is better. And you know that in our KV, this is what is exercised. Like when very short time, in 2 days you have to submit this data, and 4 days you have to submit this. So everyone complains that always, excuse me, too much pressure is there, lot of work is there. This is what we complain. But if we manage our EQ very well, as she was talking in a previous session also, work life balance, then we can really timely, we can make it and then do it. So why? Of course, this I agree. This we call it as optimal performance happens no when it is called eustress. In this eustress, at that, of course, our brain works faster and more output will be there. But when we give 1 week time or 10 days time, even during examination, what happens? 2 days is there, you will be working very hard and you will perform well. But at the same time, 1 week time, 10 days time is that we will think that, okay, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. And then what happens is, we do not perform that better. The performance would be same. That is what they say. So here, high performance happens only at pressure. The stress it is good in one way. But what I mean to say here is, all the time, if you are stressed, if your graph goes like this, zigzag, zigzag, and too much, is it good for your health? Not at all. We need to take care of ourselves also. That is very important. Mental health is very, very important. Our well-being is very important. Then only whatever we wish to do with the children, to the school, to the society, everything is possible. To our family members, everything is possible. But all the time, if you are under stress, that will spoil your health. Then sleepless nights, your health will be spoiled. And moreover, all teachers know, we go on teaching and others, and we preach others, and we tell to others, and we take care of others' health, but we neglect ours. We do not bother about our own health. That is also very, very important. So you can see, if you are increasing your EQ, how your heart video, that is one video was there, that's a very wonderful video, but no problem. So here you can see, if you are not having good sleep, if you are under stress always, what happens? Irritability and cognitive impairment, your memory loss, and so many factors happens. And also disease mean creativity is killed, and your impairment, immune system is spoiled, and reaction time means very short tempered you become, and your heart is also affected because of that. So many diseases are related to that. If you are stressed often, what I'm telling, occasionally under stress you are working, your output will be better. But always that is going to be your nature, that is going to spoil your health. So you need to really work on this, and you have to you should you should really take care of your own health, which is very, very important. I had some activity which I'm not going to do it here. And so here, what I really want to say it to you is this power of emotional intelligence. You should understand how powerful it is. If we understand how powerful this emotional intelligence is, and if we are aware of our own emotional, how am I, if you are aware of it and if you work on it, surely this emotional intelligence is going to help you. It is not going to spoil you. It is going to help you to lead your life in a better way, and in a positive way, and in a happy way. Thank you very much.